Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's thrashiest music nerd, here with something that's going to tick you guys off. No, it's not a rap review, ticks you guys off more than that. It's a metal review. Havok is a Denver band that proudly relives the sounds of old school thrash metal. And I'm not a thrash expert, I don't pretend to be. I know my early Exodus, my early Big Four, Bam 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 Bam, and I also like a lot of crossover acts too, like DRI, Suicidal Tendencies, and Cro-Mags. And for me, Havok's Time Up is just as enjoyable as some of thrash metal's classics. I listen to Time Is Up because I want to listen to Time Is Up, not because I want to get nostalgic and think of Peace Cells or Master of Puppets. Like any good thrash record, this thing is an overwhelming dose of sonic testosterone. Because when this thing is on, I want to punch stuff, I want to run around, I want to climb on things, I want to blow things up. The energy on this thing is non-freaking stopped for the most part. And maybe that's almost to a fault, because even some of thrash's best records had a slower moment or two, some kind of semblance of balladry. You know, like a breather, a break. But pretty much every tune here is a lean and mean 3 to 5 minute thrash fest. The song DOA has some pretty nice harmonized guitar solos introing the song, and the title track takes a little while to take off, but every other song here hits hard and hits fast, like a blitzkrieg, or like a thrash krieg. Which is fitting because some of the lyrics here are about war, international war, and also two-faced scumbags, and throwing your life away because you're living too fast. During some of these lyrical moments, I feel like the frontman David Sanchez is like singing directly to me, and it kind of freaks me out for a second, like on Time Is Up where he's like, "Take a number and have a seat, we'll be with you shortly." Not only is that awesome, but I kind of feel like he's somehow figured out how to channel Dave Mustaine or something. And I love David Sanchez's vocals, not only because of his vocal delivery, but just the way his voice sounds. It's like this high-pitched, raspy kind of thing. In a way, it kind of sounds like a bottle rocket going off, or maybe a more intense version of Overkill. And every once in a while, he'll pull out this high-pitched wail that's very King Diamond-esque. So the vocals do come off versatile because they do everything well, whether they're shouting or talking or singing or doing these really big gang vocals that emphasize the hook from time to time. And as far as mix and recording and sound goes, I really can't fault this record on much of anything. Maybe the guitars are a little too loud, maybe the bass could be brought up in the mix. I mean, I know for example I loved the fact that the bass brought so much counterpoint on another modern thrash record, Vector's Black Future. Even though I don't get much of that here, the guitar tone is still really nice. And the drums on this thing are extremely just pounding and intricate. I mean, the drummer's always throwing in all sorts of fills, and yet he never loses track of the groove or anything like that. Back to the guitar, one thing we need to talk about with the guitar, the solos on this thing, which play a huge part in thrash metal. They're all very tight, straight and to the point, flashy while they're there, but they don't devour the entire song. Banshee note bends and just a flawless sweep picking and these whammy bar wails that sometimes kind of sound like a laser melting my brain. My only other complaint is that there's not really a break on here, so a lot of the tracks on this thing can come off kind of samey in terms of blueprint. Even though the tools that Havok uses on this album are tried and true, that doesn't mean they don't use them well. Like, you know, juggling. The art of juggling is ancient, but if you came across somebody juggling grenades and chainsaws, would you say, oh, juggling, so old, it's been done, whatever. I really love this album. And I don't think you need to be an old school thrash metal aficionado to enjoy it. I think this LP goes far, far, far beyond nostalgia. If you enjoy music that has really intense drumming, great grooves and guitar riffs, technical guitar solos, and a ton of aggression, then this is where you want to be. I'm feeling a strong 8 to a light 9 on this record. I had a hell of a time listening to it. It was fun every single time I went through the album. Can't wait to listen to it again. Anthony Fantano, Havok, Time Is Up, Forever.